Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and the project that I'm working on now is making the wood underliner that you're gonna see when you go to the Mexican restaurant and you order fajitas, and that cast iron griddle comes out so hot that it's impossible to touch that. But there's always a piece of wood the griddle sits on. So what we're making actually is 50 of those underliners. Okay, so our client is certainly a restaurant. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm having for dinner tonight, right? I like it. Oh, yeah. So the bottom line is, what about taking this logo and getting it engraved on the bottom? I'm just looking for their logo that I can turn into a vector. That's what I'm talking about. Save image as RHG logo. I'm liking that. Okay, we've got a logo. Let's go back to VCarve. File, import, bitmap, I think. That's the stuff. We're going to group this together. Oh, what are you talking about? You're killing me, Smalls. I love that. And I remember it's the birdie that we have to go to now. Yeah, the birdie. All right. Um, Racetrack. It's not awful. I'm gonna need a really small bit for this. It's okay. All right, so I've got it highlighted, and the other thing I did was remove that. And now let's look at the racetrack. We've got 107 closed vectors. Okay, let's see if we can create a toolpath out of this. Close. Let's do a V carve engrave. Start depth 0. I've got an 1/8 of an inch ball nose. We'll just use it. Select tool 1. Okay, let's write that down. Tool 1. I'll leave that right there. I've engraved with that in the past and it worked fine. We'll experiment when we get there. Select. Okay. Um, use vector start points. Right. Logo. Calculate. Okay, something happened. Reset preview. Let's preview visible. I need to speed that up. Oh, look at that. It's not awful. The issue is I don't know how deep it's going. Oh, it's going in a 16th. Okay, okay. That'll be just fine. So let's do this. Let's take this guy. Let's move him right there in the center. I'm digging on that. I'm digging on that big time. Oh yeah. Preview all sides. Starting with that V bit. Slow that down. I like that. Let's get up a little bit tighter on that logo. Speed it up. This is an 1/8 inch ball bit. It'll work just fine in here. This is going to have an epic running time to make 50 of these. It's beautiful now. It's probably moving to the other side. It's doing the pocketing on the bottom, obviously. Come back with the ball nose. Okay. What we got here? Let's take a look. I'm proud of that. I could see how you could get real fancy with this. Okay, so very fun. I don't think there's anything else to put on here for the client. I think this is good the way it is. It's elegant and it's definitely nothing that the client asked for. So let's switch to the camera view and then talk about next steps. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So what I want to start with is making sure I wrote down the tool positions of all of my tools here. And let's switch to the screen view and let's identify what every tool number is. We don't want to pick up the wrong bit naturally. So let's move forward and do that. Okay, and the way that we're going to do this is we're going to look at all the tool paths. So let's go back to the top and look at the tool paths that we have. And this time I'm actually going to record the bit that we're using and what position we've told it it's going to be in. So let's look at the truing perimeter cut. That is our compression end mill. That's in tool position 5. So 5 equals the 60-173 MC. So we're going to make sure that we've got that there. Close this. Let's close that. Let's go to the pocket on top. Well, that's going to be the same bit. Let's make sure that we have tool position 5, 60-173 MC. That's good. So we're going to use the same tool for the truing cut and then this pocket. The next thing we have to find is the ball nose. What position is that in? Select. That giant ball nose bit is tool number 1. That is, okay. If you recall, we had to set that bit up again, and I forgot to change the tool number, and we had said it's going to be tool number 9. So let's make sure that this is tool 9. Yeah, tool 9. Tool 9 is going to be our 3/4 ball. I'm writing these down because I'm then going to put them in the machine physically. Close. That's the first 3 tool paths on the top. So let's do this now. Let's close this tool path and let's flip the work to the bottom side. Now we know that we're going to need 3 bits here as well. V-bit bottom profile. V-bit bottom. Okay. That's going to give us that large V profile. Select. The V-bit is going to be in position 8. Okay. Like that. Close. Close. Our final profile on bottom, that's going to be the 3/8 compression, which I already had. That's in position 4. And that bit is a 60-123, 123 MW. And then our last bit is going to be that ball nose bit, that tiny one. Close. Logo on bottom. That's going to be tool number 1. So that is our 1/8 inch ball. And we'll see how far we get today. I should have the bits tomorrow, the 1/8 inch balls. We'll see how far we get. If I need to temporarily change this tool in order to cut a prototype today, then we will do so. So let's switch back to the camera view and let's talk about what the goal is today. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, so we've got our handwritten list of what we are needing to get loaded into the tool, so let's do that. Bit number 5 is the 6173 MC. MC is marathon coded. That's all good. So let's check the next one. Next one is going to be, number 9 is going to be our 3/4 inch ball bit, which I have right here. So we are going to go grab tool 9 off of the machine. This is going to have a real big up spiral. That's a lot of bit. That bit might be too long for this job. We're going to find out. That's 9. Go to our next bit, which I think is our V bit, actually. Yeah, number 8 is our V bit. So we'll grab this half. A 1/2 inch dust coverage. Put this into position. 8 is where that goes. We've got 5, 9, and 8 so far. Now we need the 3/8 compression, and that's going to go into position 4. Into position 4, and then position 1, that's going to have our 1/8 inch ball. This is a 1/16 of an inch ball. Let's make sure that tool 1 is indeed what we were talking about for the ball bit. That is tool number 1 right here. Okay, so I'm going to hang on to this block of wood. It's my reference point so far. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So what we're ready to do now is we're ready to cut this piece. So we're going to switch to the screen view, and we're going to create some machine code to do that truing pass around this board. I want it to be the known size of what we're working on. So let's do that. All right, let's create some machine code. What I want to do first is I want to take my files. I don't want to move them. New folder. I'm not going to move them because they're obviously open. But what I'll do is file, save as, underliner V1, save. So now it's in place. Okay, so let's switch over to the top. That's where we're going to start. We're now on the top, as you can see. Now we're going to run this truing cut, and let's double click that. Let's just select it. Okay, so it's going in that direction. So that's risky business because I've got those clamps all along there. All right, so I've got clamps all along here. I'm going to move a couple of clamps to here, and I'll put one down here. I'm going to physically move those right now. Okay, so we're going to, this icon here, say tool path, selected tool path. It's the only one I want to do right now. We're using this bit number 5, PRS Alpha 9648. It's a Shopbot tool in inches. Save the tool path. We're going to save it in the right directory. We're going to air cut this, and we're not going to hit any clamps because we're going to air cut it. Want a 2D offset because we're gonna want the Z to stay above the table. So let's start. Start. All I'm doing is kind of eyeballing all of this and making sure that we're cutting through. We're looking real good. I'm going to let that run all its way. So see how that upcut portion of the bit tore all that out? You know, that's not ideal. A down spiral is not going to do that, at least so bad. The reason I'm doing this foolish dance, this foolish Irish jig of clamps is because when I go to make these, it's going to be a full sheet, and I'm going to have the combined power of 21 bars of mercury and vacuum holding the sheet down. And even though it's going to be full of holes when we're done, I'm really expecting that we're going to be held down. So this is just, is our tooling good? Meaning, is our machine, is our vectors right, are our machine files good, does it actually work? So that's the purpose of just being foolish with these clamps. Anyway, let's get through this part and let's just keep moving. What I've decided to do is to turn both vectors on. No reason not to be giving myself all of the possible benefits of vacuum hold down. So let's do it. going to grab an entire sheet, see if the vacuum will hold it down the way that I hope, and then we're going to go from there. If I need to mechanically hold it down, I'm going to. But obviously the piece can't move. Part of what I was saying much earlier was the amount of energy that I'm putting into this. The amount that I'm cutting, I'm only making 3 passes. So the passes are basically 0.28 inch per pass. I probably should make it 5 passes. And I probably will actually. And see if the vacuum will hold it down. It's going to hold it down. So let's go about doing that. I'm going to let the GoPro run until the battery dies. I don't know how long it'll last. Not until the battery dies. It'll heat up. So I'm going to open up our valve, but I'm going to leave the Becker's run.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.